Emily's decided to nap in a quite a tick-infested area, I'd suggest, but she doesn't seem to care. Not taking your health seriously.
I'm obsessed with ticks.
Of course I'm obsessed with ticks, they're obsessed with me. Hello everybody and welcome to the Highlands of Scotland. We're here for just the day really. Well, we're in Scotland for a week, but we've come to sort of Glencoe west area. This is Glenfinnan, Glenfinnan, where the Harry Potter train is. It's not really the Harry Potter train either, is it?
It's the Hogwarts Express.
The Hogwarts Express, which is actually the Jacobite train, but I think it's more famously or commonly known as the Hogwarts Express now.
What does that mean? Jacobite train?
It's just called Jacobite. I think the train's called Jacobite.
Oh. So not the Hogwarts Express, not the actual train?
I don't think the actual train's called the Hogwarts Express, no, that's fictional.
But did we see the Hogwarts Express train? I don't think we did.
Dunno.
Anyway. Excuse me?
Hufflepuff. I mean, I'm definitely in Hufflepuff, but
yeah.
never mind. Anyway, I tried to do this intro this morning, but I hadn't had any coffee, so it didn't go particularly well. Right, so basically, also because I didn't have any coffee before we left the house, I forgot to bring the map of Scotland that we had in the cottage we're staying in.
So we got a Welsh one.
So we've got a map of Wales instead. Not being particularly helpful. Today we don't have a real kind of set plan. We're staying in another part of Scotland, as you'll know if you saw the previous video, and we've just come to sort of the Glencoe kind of area for the day, and it's a bit of a location scout. As many of you will know if you've watched previous videos, I pretty much call any photo shoot a location scout, which means that if I don't get any photos I like, I'm not all upset and crying because I wasn't there to get photos. I was there to get photos in future and just assess out the location. So, top tip.
It's a coping strategy.
Yeah, it's a real good coping strategy. So yeah, if you put pressure on yourself as a photographer and you get all disappointed when you don't get photos, just call those trips location scouts.
Or if you're meant to be on holiday.
Yeah, or if you're meant to be on holiday and you're actually not supposed to be giving all your attention to your cameras, it also helps to call it a location scout, I've found. Anyway, we're on way to Glencoe. On way? En route?
On the way.
We're on the way to Glencoe, and I've actually got nothing else to say at the moment, even with coffee inside me. Do I still smell?
You absolutely stinks. It must have been such a strong coffee.
Emily doesn't like coffee, and I continually smell of coffee, so it's a bit of a sore point in the relationship, really.
It's a wonder, really.
That you're still with me?
Yeah.
Let's not think about that. So we've stopped just along the A82 somewhere, just past Glencoe, and I'm trying to convince Emily to go and stand on top of that waterfall. Her main concern is depth, which I think is quite reasonable. So, and I think you also just want your lunch, don't you?
Yeah, and it's raining, isn't it?
Yeah, so
And it's probably illegal.
those clouds also look a bit ominous. It's probably time to get back in the car. Okay, good news everyone! Emily agreed to go and stand on top of the waterfall, and she didn't die, which is wonderful. Oh, it's so good.
It's delicious, isn't it? It's maybe the best sandwich I've ever had. Thank you.
Just the one? Oh, you got two there.
Did you want one?
No. I just didn't see you pick up 2 tomatoes. God, I've included some boring stuff in this so far. Welcome back viewers, you join us when Emily is just sat down here practicing her bokeh. And this, you might recognise as probably Britain's most over-photographed house. It's a tiny little house here in Glencoe. I've seen it everywhere, on all social networks, on, well, pretty much every website you can imagine. And it's on the main road, so I wasn't going to ignore it. So yeah, we're just here taking some photos of it ourselves. It's threatening to rain, but it hasn't done so far all that much, so.
It's raining now.
You can't call this rain.
It's wetness in the air.
Really long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Unless it's right in the middle of the... Emily's just getting to grips with the wide-angle Leica. But in the meantime, quick composition tip for places like this where you've got a very obvious subject in the frame. What I try to do is disobey all sort of normal composition techniques. So things like line of thirds and stuff, and I always just try and put the obvious subject right in the middle of the frame, because I find that it can look a little bit odd if you don't do that, if you kind of put things like the house like on the left third or the right third. It sort of seems to work okay having the subject, so the house in this instance, on the bottom third or on the top third, but so long as it's dead centre, i.e. not left or right, that seems to work well. Don't know why, but yeah, whenever there's a really obvious subject in the frame, then I just try and put it in the middle. What next?
I don't know.
Further down the road? By the way, this house is again just on the A82. Shouldn't be saying that as a photographer. People will get annoyed that you're giving away locations, but this is, like I said, the most obvious and over photographed house in the country. So
everything looks much better with this lens.
I think Emily's going to be getting herself a wide-angle lens. She doesn't have a camera, but
it looks more like what your eyes can see, because you can see everything in the picture.
Yeah.
Like mine, you can't capture that. This does.
You're not having it.
Well, I don't want it.
Okay, next up, somewhere called Glen Etive. I think that's how you say it, Glen Etive. Don't know if I need to be shouting, but it's quite windy, so you might not be able to hear me. The plan is to get the drone up. Like I said, it's a bit windy, so a little bit nervous, but I'm going to get a picture of Emily walking down the road, which might be nice. Yeah, abandoned mission with the drone. It was never going to work, it was way too windy. Never mind. I found this very nice waterfall, which I think I'm going to try and get Emily positioned in somehow and get a nice shot. It's very sunny, I think the clouds are coming, but I'll have to wait a while for it. Telephoto time. Right folks, I think that's a wrap for today. I think I got about 3,500 photos, not joking, so that'll be fun to go through. I'll call it a wrap. We've got one more stop left to go, and it's the stop that I think is the only reason Emily agreed to come on the trip today. Would you say that's fair?
Well, no, not really.
What?
Not the only reason.
One of the reasons. One of one reason.
One of one reason.
So yeah, and that stop is, well, good. I have been trying to find cotton gloves that fit me, but as you can probably tell, so far I've not had much luck. Anyway, never mind. As you can probably tell, we're no longer on holiday. I'm back home, which is all quite a bit sad. But good news, I have some prints for sale, which some of you probably don't care about actually, but I think it's good news and others might, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. Now, if you're new to this channel, you might not know how I do print sales. Basically, a week after this video goes live, or for a week after this video goes live, these 2 prints, or 4 prints, because there's 2 different sizes, they are all going to be half price for a week. And then after that week, they're going to go to full price if there are any of them left. I say if there are any left because, well, they're all limited. So each print is an edition of 50, they'll all be signed, and yeah, if there are any left after a week, they'll be full price. I'll talk you through the prints. So, as I said, there's 2 of them. This is the first one, the over-photographed Glencoe house, and I guess by selling a print of it, I'm not really helping the fact that it's over-photographed, but I really like the image. And one notable thing to say about this image, actually, is, as you can see at the top here, there's this kind of halo at the top of the mountain, and a couple of people have said that it looks like I've not masked very well. It looks like I've replaced the sky and not done a particularly good job, but I've not done any masking with this image. That is just down to the fact that, I mean, there was a natural bit of sky that looked like a halo on top of the mountain. I just got quite lucky. So that worked quite well. And the other thing to say about this image is that this is printed on German etching paper, which is the paper that I typically use for my prints, and it works really, really well for an image like this because it's super moody, and because it's a really textured paper and it's quite heavy and thick, I think it works really well for images like this. So yeah, this is German etching, but I have been experimenting with other papers, and I've decided that for the other print I'm going to offer, I'm going to try a slightly different paper. So this, as you can see, is the Glenfinnan image, and this is printed on bright white photo rag. And the reason I've made the change is that an image like this, which is super bright and really quite detailed and intricate, works really well on this smoother, brighter paper, and I really, really like the result. I tried a few different papers, this is the one that worked best. So yeah, this is on bright white photo rag. As usual, I think I said this at the start, but they're both going to be available in A3 and A4. So the A3s are £40 and the A4s are £25 in the sale. And where's the other A4 gone? I mean, I'm sure you've seen an A4 piece of paper before, but you get the gist. And yeah, so they're going to go into the print shop on sale starting when this video goes live. They'll be on sale for a week. One notable thing to say about prints, I'm unlikely to be doing any other print sales for the next, well, for the foreseeable future, to be honest, after these, because I'm doing loads of travelling, loads of jobs, and I've got to try and find space and time to move house in between all that. So printing is one of the things that I'm just going to have to sort of lose out of my life for a little while. The good news though is that on all those trips I'm going to be making videos, so video won't lose out. It's just things like printing and everything else in my life that I'll have to stop doing for a while. But never mind. Yeah, so that's just a quick announcement that I'm going to be selling some more prints. As I said at the start, some of you might not care about this, others will, but either way, thank you very much for your support, even if it's just watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I guess, well, hopefully, I'll see you next time. Emily's in Slytherin.
I'm not sure where you've got that from.
Well,
according to the online sorting hat,
personality tests.
I'm a Hufflepuff, in fact.
If you think Emily's a Hufflepuff, do feel free to leave your comments below. I've got my doubts, to be honest.